Hi there, welcome to another super educational episode of our Plant Doctor series. My name is Melanie and today I will share all my care tips for these beauties, the Monstera deliciosa. As we all know, plant parroting isn't just a job, it's a lifestyle. Time to grab a pen and some paper and let's dive into the care instructions of this beautiful Monstera. You can find all related products that are used and related to this video in the description below. Are you ready? The Monstera deliciosa is a true classic in the world of plants, and I totally get that. I mean, look at how beautiful she is. This eye-catcher has enormous leaves with big holes and gapes, to which she owes her nickname Swiss cheese plant. We call these holes fenestrations. These fenestrations only appear on mature plants, about 3 years or older. Can you see the difference in these leaves? Of course, they are there for a reason, so I would like to explain the main 3 purposes of these fenestrations. The first one is to capture more sunlight. In their original living environment, the Monstera is often shaded by other taller trees. Because of the fenestration, opportunity of being exposed to daylight increases. And this means that a bigger surface of the leaves receives daylight. And of course, this stimulates the growth of your Monstera. The second purpose is to absorb more water. As the water drips down from the leaves and the fenestrations, the plant is able to absorb more water as it gets to more places. The third and the last reason is to withstand harsh winds. We all once heard of the fluctual weather condition in tropical rainforests. Harsh winds might actually tear the leaves or the roots of a plant. The striking leaves make sure that these winds go through the fenestrations of the plant and won't suffer any damage. What's also remarkable on this big beauty are her aerial roots. She originates from the tropical jungles in South and Central America. In these jungles, she loves to climb up on high trees by means of these strong aerial roots. That's also why you often see the Monsteras get support from moss poles. Like most houseplants, the Monstera deliciosa thrives best in bright to medium indirect light. Therefore, the best place for your Monstera would be an east-facing window or a south-facing window. But I understand that not all houses have these options, so try to play around with the different positions where your plant at least receives 4 to 5 hours of light a day. If she doesn't get enough light, she will definitely let you know. The Monstera is a fast grower, so once her growth stagnates, she'd love to receive some more light. Of course, you can also increase her light by means of a grow light. The amount of light obviously has an influence on the temperature. When we're talking about the ideal temperature for your Monstera, it is best to imitate her original environment. That means a temperature between 18 and 29 degrees Celsius. Whoa, I'm feeling a bit of jealousy coming up. Oh, and one more thing, don't let her live in temperatures below 10 degrees because that's really too cold for her and she won't appreciate that at all. As I said before, plant parroting can be pretty intense. In spring and summer, your Monstera needs more water than during winter. This is because of the amount of light that increases and the temperatures are getting higher. In general, you water your Monstera once every 1 to 2 weeks. What's important before you water your beauty is that you check if her soil is dried out. You can easily do this by sticking in your finger the first 2 to 3 centimeters of the soil. If the soil keeps sticking to your finger, it's better to wait with watering. But does the soil feel dry? Give her a good sip of water, and with this technique you can easily set up your own watering schedule. I understand that it takes a lot of time to build up the right schedule. Therefore, the Tessa water meter and the Naomi plant sensor can be of great help. Monsteras are actually pretty intense to root rot, so these will definitely help you to prevent your beauty from overwatering. To imitate her natural habitat, it is super important to keep your Monstera in a consistent humid environment, most preferably in a humidity levels of 60 to 80%. Of course, the air in our homes is much drier, so therefore I really recommend to increase the humidity in your home. There are several ways to do this. The first way is to place your plant on a pebble tray. If you place your plant on a pebble tray, the water in the tray evaporates, which will increase the humidity around the plant. And a tip from me, use pots with drainage holes. Of course, that's always the best idea for your plant, but if you use these pots on a pebble tray, it will easily refill itself by receiving the excess water from your plant. The second way to increase the humidity is to regularly mist your big beauty with a plant sprayer. The Monstera loves a humid environment, so why not spoil her with a daily misting session? Make it rain around the plant, but also on her leaves. It is even part of my morning schedule. This way, any Monstera has enough time to dry before her next misting session. The last and easiest solution is to use a humidifier, like Geurwolkje, a plug-and-play solution and ideal for placing between a number of plants. Who doesn't love food? Well, our plant babies also like a tasty meal. During the growing season, you can give your Monstera once or twice a month some liquid plant nutrition. It's a 100% organic nutrition that will stimulate the growth of your plant, and it's super easy to use. You just mix 1 cup of the nutrition together with 1 liter in your watering can, and then you just water your plant. Easy peasy, right? Be aware that if you also repot your plant during this season, it is better to wait with fertilizing. The fresh soil you added during repotting has enough nutrition for the first 3 to 6 months. Oh, and another thing I would like to point out is that during autumn and winter your plants don't require any nutrition. This is because in this period the active growth stagnates. It's almost similar to hibernation. And fertilizing during these seasons could harm your plant's roots, which will cause horrible consequences. I'd rather not think about it, so my advice is think twice, as they can easily survive these cold months without any nutrition. To get the best out of your Monstera, you might want to consider a mixed potting soil. Our advanced plants are probably familiar with all the different substrates that are available in our shop. For those who aren't that familiar with it, we've put together the Aroids Potting Mix Kit. Aroids, like the Monstera, loves themselves a coarse soil with organic materials and a good drainage. Each substrate in this mix has different superpowers, and together they make a perfect base for Aroids. The mix consists of potting soil, perlite, French bark, cocoa fiber and active charcoal. Well, that's it for now. I really hope that with these guidelines you will become a pro in taking care of your Monstera. If you have any Monstera related questions, you can ask them by leaving a comment. Oh, and if you would like to know how you can propagate a Monstera, you should definitely check out our first Plants Doctor episode, where we discuss different propagation methods. If this video was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Plants Doctor videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I would love to see you back for our next video. Bye bye!